This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza, sliceonbroadway.com. And listeners like you, support this show at patreon.com/awesomecast.
The federal health insurance marketplace is now open, so if you're under 65, you're free to shop for the health plan that's right for you. UPMC Health Plan has some of the lowest price plans on the marketplace. Plus, you may be eligible for financial assistance to help you pay for your insurance. For affordable coverage that includes access to UPMC and digital tools to help you manage your health, visit upmchealthplan.com/marketplace. Enroll today.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast episode 470. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in snowy Beachview in Pittsburgh, PA. It's very snowy. Like, I couldn't believe how much snow was on the car just from sitting in front of the the office here all day, right? With me in studio, he is the gadget guru of Big Bank International Esquire. He's trying to find out if Nico the cat is still a thing. It is John Chilla.
How's it going? I am not Nico the cat, but I'm putting in my awesome thing of the week a link so we can talk about Nico the cat.
Oh, good. Bringing it around. But anyways, this is the AwesomeCast. Producer Missy is here as well as Michael. Learning things. He's waving at me. Hi. So learning how to get the podcasts done and everything. You can join us at awesomecast.com, where you can find this in past episodes and interviews we've done over the year. We've talked to a lot of people. And you can also follow us at AwesomeCast on the Twitter, AwesomeCast on the Facebook, and of course we are streaming here tonight on multiple formats, a lot of those formats right now. So thank you everybody who is joining us on Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever else we may be that I've forgotten that we connected to this. Or anything else going on. And also, if you are joining us on any of those platforms, do join us over on the AwesomeCast Facebook Live. That is where we are. Keep an eye on that chat room, so we encourage you to join us there so you can be a part of the show. And we do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can subscribe and rate us on your favorite podcast app, watch video versions on Facebook and YouTube, and ask your voice gadget in your home to play the AwesomeCast podcast. So you can just sleepily wake up, say, listen to AwesomeCast podcast. It's A-Train. It's Wednesday morning, and I got to get my fix. Also, if you're catching us later or on one of those other outlets I mentioned, you have some comments or just want to tell us what we got wrong on this episode, please tweet at Mayhem Show with the hashtag AC470. Thank you to our audio partners, the 405media.com, streaming us over there daily at this point, as well as Post Industrial Audio, postindustrial.com, a great local publication that's a partner of the podcast. As well. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, also helping to support the show at patreon.com/awesomecast. Our friends at the Coffee Club $5 level, Matt Weller, John Dickey DeGore, and John Carmen, who had some things to say about Brian Crawford's from PGH Museum's thoughts on Star Trek Discovery. He's with him. He's in the Brian camp on that, it seems. Also at the fan of the show $1 level, our longest Patreon supporter, Michael Fedor, and pghmuseums.org is actually following us. So go give them a shout out. Go check their site out. Go follow them on all the social media. I understand they had a great party this past weekend to celebrate the launch of that website. So let's get into, and also you guys please support the show too at patreon.com/awesomecast. We try to get some extra stuff, extra conversations in there here and there if we can, and you guys can be a part of that and help support the show. So Chilla, I think we got a very video game minded awesome thing of the week this week. I want to go with you first. What's going on over there?
So, Minecraft, I didn't realize this thing existed. There's a thing called Minefaire, and it's the #1 Minecraft event in the United States. And it's on tour in 2019 and 2020. Ooh. So as you know me, I love a good con, whether it's Steel City Con, Wizard World, Replay FX, which I'll consider that a con, why not?
Oh, it's yours. There you go.
So in June
of
2020, Pittsburgh will be bringing Minecon or Minefaire. They'll have live stage shows. There'll be famous YouTubers with Q&As, live gaming, virtual reality, a costume contest, workshops, which I thought was pretty cool. They actually have, I guess there's kind of famous coaches for the workshops to show you how to kind of build in the development arena and automate some of the Minecraft stuff. Obviously, there'll be merch, photo ops, and Legos.
Wait, just straight Legos?
Well, because there's the Lego collections for Minecraft.
Oh, that's right. Which seems redundant to me.
Which is funny because so that's one of the big things that we actually often pick up at Steel City Con is the different Lego figures from Minecraft. So I'm looking forward to this.
And this is going to be out at the Monroeville Convention Center, the same place where Steel City Con usually is.
And I like what they did. So there's different passes that you can get, like depending on what level of interaction and if you want to be able to skip the lines and meet the YouTube celebrities and all that kind of stuff. And they correlate with the different stones or whatnot in Minecraft. So there's gold, there's diamond, there's silver. So they brought some fun to even, what kind of badges you can get. So I am looking forward to going.
That's great. I know. Well, you and your kid are huge Minecrafters, right?
Yeah. In fact, yes. And in addition, Minecraft Earth, and it just keeps re-downloading the content update. Minecraft Earth launched today in early access in the United States for iOS and Android, so you can run to your local app store and try to get in to Minecraft Earth, which is the one that lets you kind of walk around in real life and build fun stuff. I've been trying to get it now for probably 38 minutes or 28 minutes, and I'm still downloading content updates.
Are you on our Wi-Fi here?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm on the...
You're on the Pit Mesh.
I'm on the Pit Mesh network.
Yeah. Yeah, it may not be 100%. That's awesome. Hey, well,
it's only at 35%.
My awesome thing, which I realize is not on my iPad here, so we're going to change that. My awesome thing is, so I was digging through, he downloaded all the arcade, Apple Arcade games, and really didn't get a chance to get through a whole ton of them yet. So I'm just kind of playing through them a couple of nights ago, and then I stopped on this one. And it's kind of probably not a normal one to be. There's this game called Mini Motorways. I would describe it as kind of Sim City-ish, but only kind of dealing with the roadways, I guess. There's these houses that pop up, and there's these factories or business outlets or whatever that pop up, and you have to connect them. Like the matching color cars and houses need to be able to get to the places. And I even have a video here to check out. Oh no!
Look at you alt-tabbing on iOS.
Yeah, I know. It's great with a keyboard, right? So here's a little bit of my actual gameplay, actually here, and probably my power thing's going to pop up in a second. So this is on an iPhone, and this is on the Mac and the iPad as well. So if you want to get into those there, but yeah, it's like you take your finger and you drag the roadways, and you see this is probably really close to one of my towns kind of falling apart here. So
did you play that with a mouse?
No, that's just with my finger.
Oh, so that's kind of cool. It put the circle there to show you where.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's a case of the video or if it's actually doing that under my finger when I play it. But you see how there's little pins, say in that blue one on the left. That's probably the one that's going to blow up in a second. If there's too many pins, it starts a countdown, and you see there's a little bit of traffic jam going on in the middle there. If nothing can get to, if they can't get to the venue in a timely manner, then that's how you time out and you lose.
You have irate drivers that...
Yeah, you start hearing honking and everything like that, but they don't pop up something hey, there's a house that pops up all the way over here in the middle of nowhere, so you got to waste all your roadways. And every it has a timer which goes through the week, and every week you get 20 more road pieces. You get bridges, you get stoplights, you get these motorways that pop up. It's what you see kind of going over other things there. So it's a really zen game actually. As madness as that probably looks, but being able to just build something up because it pops up with one thing and you connect them, and then after a week it starts to put different color ones up, right?
Week real time or a week?
No,
on the game.
I think I sat for 2 hours straight playing this game before bed.
Excuse me. Does it do you level up and then if you there's too much traffic?
It doesn't really do that. It I sadly I think I've beat all of the expectations for the game so far, and maybe they'll add some later. But I also love the development company is Dinosaur Polo Club. But when you get in here, I think it just loaded on my iPad, so you can see it. Oh, this is the short tutorial. We want to get out of that. Let's get to the main menu. So when you get in here, there's these different towns. And, there's rivers, and rivers can make things a little bit hectic because you got to make sure you have the things. And the only achievements they have for any of these, at least that you see, are score 250 points in each of them. And there's leaderboards and everything too. So I'm guessing this is just the general top leaderboard for this game. So for each of these towns, there's Beijing, Los Angeles, Tokyo, Dar es Salaam, Moscow, Munich. So you can go and it's pattern over those areas geographically a little bit that you're building your town. So it's wait, am I getting the name right? Mini Motorways. So if you want to try that out, it's part of Apple Arcade, and it's one of the nice little surprises that we've had. Missy started playing it too, and now she's hooked on it. So, which is kind of cool because you have those, and then when you need another addictive one, you just hit some more until you get that right. So, so that's kind of a fun one that we pulled together here. So are you in Apple Arcade right now?
I am in Apple Arcade. I've been playing Sneaky Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm. Missy was on that for a minute.
Been playing the Lego
Brawl.
The Brawl.
Yeah.
I've been playing. There was some racing one that I wasn't too crazy about, so I mean it's still on my iPad, and I didn't get addicted to it like I did the others.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one other one. Can't remember what it is. And I want to start when I have, probably during the Christmas break, there's the one that looks kind of like a Zelda.
Oceanborn or something like that.
Something.
Hold on, I'll have it here in a second here because I've been playing that one too, and it's very good. Oceanhorn 2 is the second one. No, I was playing that too, and it feels a lot like Zelda, and playing on an iPhone 8.
Mm-hmm.
The graphics are really nice, to be honest. So definitely worthwhile, and I think I'm gonna play a little bit more of those. I played the first island dungeon or whatever, and it does remind me of Zelda. It reminds me of Wind Waker, but not with the Wind Waker graphics, more with the Zelda graphics, right? And yeah, it looks very, very good. Amanda Narcissus of our friends at Bold Pittsburgh are in the chat room, and says she loves the Sneaky Sasquatch.
Sneaky Sasquatch is a lot of fun, and she's the one that actually got me and my son on it because we went into the Apple store and all the iPads were there, and he started playing around and found the Zelda-like game, the Oceanhorn 2, and then so we downloaded that, and then she told me about Sneaky Sasquatch, so I downloaded that, and then we already had Lego Brawls and some of the other ones. So I think it looks like they're releasing about 3 to 4 games per week.
Yeah, they
average,
are. That's not too bad. I mean, these are games. It's not like, I mean, they're not easy things to churn out. So and seeing something like Oceanhorn, it just seems like there's a lot to it, right? So I've been playing that Serenara game. That's, I don't even know. It's like a music. It's like a music runner game of sorts. Sometimes you're fighting, sometimes you're on a motorcycle, sometimes you're just flying, and it's pretty poppy and interesting. And I don't know what the make of it, really. What? Poppy. Yes.
Poppy.
No, that's the other show where we do that. So, anyways, hey, you know what's also awesome? Our friends at Slice on Broadway supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza right here up the street in Beachview, Carnegie, PA, on the way out to the airport, East End, and PNC Park home. The Pittsburgh Pirates, our good friends there, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza for a good while. Go check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com, PGH_slice on the Twitter, and let them know the Awesome Cast sent you. So, also, our buddy Chachi, he's continuing his 1001 game journey, thegamejourney.com. And here we go. He is way into NES games, guys. We're at the classic Super Mario Brothers, Dr. Mario, Double Dragon. So good to see this is where we grew up on for most of us here on this show. So good to see that he's rolling into that right now. So check him out, thegamejourney.com. Also, so there was a headline from the Post-Gazette that was shared. I guess I shared this one. So apparently the Allegheny County Deputy's Department has Teslas now. How about that? But of course, they're always trying to do unmarked cars, right? And kind of interesting that they got a Tesla in there too. I love they're getting into this. They said that when you're talking about like the state police or the county or anything like that, like the sheriff's departments, like they don't want you to be able to see that outline of a car, right? And the Teslas definitely don't stick out quite as much, at least not in the same way. So let's see. This is just getting into a lot of the background of Tesla, but a little bit expensive. But I guess they probably get higher end cars for that, anyways, because they get a lot of wear and tear, right, on that level.
I would guess so. I don't know.
You would think. So I mean, it was always like Crown Vics and stuff back in the day. That wasn't a cheap car, right?
No, but I feel like those cars like lasted forever.
Yeah, that was kind of the point of it. So,
yeah.
And well, here with the 0 to the 60, I mean, I think the pickup of a Tesla to come after somebody, I mean, you probably can't beat that when it comes to going after someone. Chris Whitlatch dropped a lot of stuff this week. Holy crap! Let's see. The life-size Pac-Man maze is coming to Cincinnati. Let's see what's going on here. You can check that out over there. I don't think that can't be an actual picture from that, is it?
I did not get
Take advantage of the themed activities, make a gear towards. So hold on, here's a video here. Oh no, this is one of those physical mazes. I think we've seen this before, haven't we? This video popping up here. This is it's an outdoor kind of setup. Wow, I know I've seen this before. So you have people actually in these ghost things, or dressed up as ghosts. You have a life-size maze. It's like if a Pac-Man maze was a giant bouncy house, sort of. Like
that's kind of cool. Because so how does it work? So I'm guessing. How do you get the power pellets so you can
I don't know.
Eat the ghosts? And you know how, remember in Pac-Man, like you went to the one end of the screen and showed up on the other?
We're probably not doing that. We're probably just not doing that. Let's be honest about it. So, I realized I didn't throw the video up. I've just been watching it. So let me pull that back up for you guys. No, here it is. Like this is I think it's maybe another event. This is scenes from the one held in Houston. And there's like this, I guess it's kind of like this bouncy house kind of thing, where they decked out and there's like food and activities, and there's Pac-Man tabletop games and everything too. So I mean, this looks like a lot of fun. You wear like a ghost outfit, I guess, and of course, alcohol's involved. This is an adult activity, so go check that out.
Maybe that's the power pellets.
That is happening they call it The Maze. The Maze website you can see at themazelive.com. I guess this is a touring thing that they have going on here. And I might have to mark that for later. See if they can get them to Pittsburgh. Apple's new AR headset might be a gaming headset, according to this article from iDrop News. Let's see. Apple's new AR glasses may be a gaming headset, they're saying as well. This is from, according to them.
I feel like that's pretty narrow.
It does a little bit too, but with Apple Arcade, you've played some of these games, isn't it? Like, if nothing, it's making your iPhone feel like a real gaming device, right?
It's definitely making it feel like a real gaming device. But when I think about, it's not like they made the iPhone that just plays games.
Mm-hmm.
Or is this just saying, oh, you'll be able to use the headset to do stuff and play games?
And this is one of those articles that's kind of basing it on acquisitions and hires in the virtual reality, augmented reality realm going into this. So this is kind of an analysis report. But still, the idea between this and the plays in the Apple Arcade, it could be something to kind of push that along, right? I'm still waiting for, like, I'm surprised, like, with all this Apple Arcade talk, there hasn't been much of, like, hey, your Apple TV is a game console.
That surprised me, too.
Like,
It surprised me a lot.
That hasn't happened. I also haven't had, like, my Apple TV is here. I haven't hooked it up for a while because we don't have persistent internet at home. I've just been watching everything on my iPhone and plugging it with a dock connector. Because I'm like, well, I have unlimited data. Why don't we just do that? So I haven't actually sat down with a bunch of these games in front of a TV and see if they look as good as my newer hardware iPhone 8.
That's one of the things that I'll be doing over. I have a lot of projects for the Christmas holiday.
Yes, playing video games and watching movies.
Yeah, is more strategically placing my Apple TVs around the house,
mm-hmm.
and then kind of pairing them up with various controllers.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to look just as good. Where I think what would be super interesting,
it's lower resolution too.
To me, though, is if they can bring Fortnite and Roblox
mm-hmm.
over, and maybe even Minecraft.
Why haven't we?
So it's up to the developer.
I feel like Minecraft has been on the Apple TV. I swear I've seen it on there.
I did not. If it is, I was not aware of that.
Maybe like a version was with an update.
Maybe well, it might be the old Minecraft before.
Yeah, kind of the Minecraft Pocket
before
one.
Microsoft bought it.
Oh.
But so if they brought those 3 games over,
mm-hmm.
I think they could give every other console a run for their money. Personally. But I mean, having those 3 titles, especially the I don't know if you ever play Roblox.
Chilla, I am literally holding myself off from getting a Nintendo Switch because of Apple Arcade and Mario Kart on my phone.
Well, I know a lot of people that are the opposite.
Yeah.
So they have not enrolled in Apple Arcade
mm-hmm.
because they are invested in certain titles on Switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even the new what's the Star Wars game coming out?
Jedi Order or something, Fall of Jedi Order.
Something. I mean, a lot of people are looking forward to that, and that's not even a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
EA's doing that as a single player game. So I don't know. I think if you could bring even if you just brought Roblox to the Apple TV, there's so many games written in that system that, I mean, most kids would probably be pretty happy.
Yeah, really. I feel like you give, a kid an old iPad and Apple Arcade, like.
Well, they're bringing control. What surprised me too is they're bringing controller support
mm-hmm.
to Call of Duty Mobile.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that could be a real replacement.
Yeah.
Why isn't that on my Apple TV?
Right.
So
I mean, you figure. I'm
but then again, if
I'm
sitting there with an iPad, I'm like, why do I need a TV? It's kind of like with the Switch. Why do I need a TV with that? With the new one that you can't connect to a TV?
Yeah, I think they need to come out with some. Have you ever seen those things that you kind of clip onto your phone or you clip onto the side of your iPad and it turns like kind of mounts the joysticks and the buttons to the side of it? I think if they had a couple more of those types of options,
yeah,
it's definitely even on the verge of a Switch replacement.
Yeah, especially now with like everything in here, it seems has controller support. So,
well, I think the reason Arcade is, I think Apple pushed the the arcade developer community to say, to make this work on the TV, you're going to have to support controller.
Mm-hmm.
So, because there's not even a touch interface.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing that, you might as well just give the option for controller support on any of the other devices.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing. It was weird. I pulled up. What did I put up? I put up the Sonic Team Racing because it kind of threw me a little bit because I saw the Sonic Team Racing was listed on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can buy the game if you don't have Apple and Apple Arcade, but it's such a weird game because it feels like a mobile game even on the Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them do. I mean, all of them just seem like quirky games, and that's fine, But the Hot Lava game I want to play on the Mac and see how that feels, or on an Apple TV. So it feels great on a iPhone, iPad with a controller. So. Speaking of games, Niantic, there's another one by Whitlatch. They are including more businesses and adding a real-world AR platform. First of all, you know how there's all the your
Sprint,
your
AT&T,
location, Sprint, AT&T,
Starbucks.
It seems like that's all they've had for deals, right? Was Sprint? What is there? AT&T now? There was Sprint and there was Starbucks.
But the AT&T now there's in
the Pokestops were like at those stores.
Pokestops. But in the Harry Potter, the AT&T stores or something.
Okay, so they got a deal there. And that's like pretty high level companies to get involved in there. So they released they announced a Niantic Wayfarer. It's a program intended to make it easier to nominate portals, gyms, and Pokestops. So you can actually go in and say, hey, I want Sorgatron Media to be a Pokestop. Please do this, guys. Please, if you guys get a hand on this, let's do this. I mean, we do have a Pokestop right next door, of course, with the church, so I guess we don't really need one. Like, I can pull up and we're on a Pokestop. But they are also going to be, what was this? They're making more, they're adding a real world AR platform. So this looks like, so like they're showing an example of like your local coffee shop becomes one. And then, presumably then like, I'm a local coffee shop. I can now, Starbucks, there's like always that Pokemon drink that you can get. I don't know if you can still do that.
I don't know if it's definitely not on the menu anymore. It was
back in the day.
It may be one of those things you can still ask for.
It's the secret menu. Because it says it. I remember before it said ask about the something Pokemon drink. So that's part of it. Just Hot Lava does not actually feel great. Thank you, John Carmen. But yeah, there's another beta program that's introduced. I'll qualify them to give them the ability to activate sponsored locations. Follows success of, like we said, the 7-Eleven, McDonald's, and AT&T. Any mom and pop shop can be included in this. That's really cool. Also, there's a Niantic real-world platform that they're putting out, and it allows players to build their own game board. Interesting.
How does that, like, you pick where the stops are?
I think it's just like you build another game around those stops. The real time. There's also the idea. This is just like stuff that's kind of on the board for Niantic that's in development here, according to AndroidCommunity.com. There's also the idea of an AR networking, so multiple players can interact with one another in different devices with digital objects. That sounds a little bit like the Minecraft stuff we were talking about before, right?
It'd be kind of cool if you had a Star Wars one where it was like Smuggler's Run, and you had to like move things from one physical location to another without bumping into the Empire. Like you could pick sides. You're the smuggler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could do like capture the flag type stuff. That would be pretty neat.
It could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. Also, Dave Podner, Tiny Shutter Podcast, Prof Pod on the Twitter. There's one from the Apple newsroom where there's an augmented reality app that helps veterans manage anxiety. That's cool. This is had the name here, the Helium AR. Guided meditation, syncing through your Apple Watch. I mean, there's a lot of things doing this, but I'm sure this is very well geared to especially what veterans need. There's a lot of these kind of mindfulness apps, but I'm sure a lot of them don't appeal to every demographic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we keep talking about when we're talking about the mindfulness, we do a mindfulness podcast on Sorg and Chilla Media, Fishing Without Bait, and we kind of talk about woo-woo therapy, woo-woo mindfulness and stuff, right? I say that's not something that necessarily your veteran, your Army veteran, is going to get into. So it looks like something that kind of connects with those people, those guys and girls out there. So. All right. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Will. Again, if you guys have anything you guys want to contribute to the show, hit up the AwesomeCast Facebook group, and we like to include it there and have some great conversations throughout the week. A little preview of what we might be talking about going into the show every week. Hey, I want to give a shout out. We do a lot of stuff here. I know Brian was really good about promoting the fact that pghmuseums.com was done in-house here with Sidekick Media Services, housed here in the Sorgatron Media multiplex. So go check out what's going on, from sporting events to music video production to conferences and everywhere in between. This team here at Sidekick Media Services, we have you covered. Sidekick to your superhero project. What next big thing can we help you guys with? We've been helping build things like PGH Museums for a good long time. Other business websites like our friends at Dark Forge Studios and the Hand in the Bill Phil Music Festival website. That's not just websites, podcasts just like this that we do for everything from Innovation Works to SAE International. All over the place with our production. Some really good stuff, and really, really loving the projects that we're working here, and we can help you guys out. Check out. I just updated the YouTube page with a little bit of content over at the Sidekick Media Services as well. So go check out what we've been up to. Let's see. Adobe's. I feel like I talked about this last week. No. It just my weeks are meshing together. Have you seen this Adobe's Project Awesome audio?
I've heard of it. I have not.
You've heard of this. I love. I forget who commented. They're like, it's Adobe, and that's the font they chose. I don't, because it's a plugin, and this is the preview stuff, right? This is the pie in the sky machine learning stuff. So this is something that goes into Audacity. And with a single click, you can awesome the audio. Like I got to saying, what if you could fix your janky podcast clips in seconds? And again, this is what I'm talking about. There's this Automizer Adobe Sensei awesome version 0.0.02, and you see, like, yeah, that's a kind of a weird font they use for that. But no, the idea is it will look through and do a one button. Try to fix everything, and they say the results are pretty decent. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. You have this big tool that you get it in, and you can get in with Adobe Audition. The Golden Girls font, says John Carmen, was used in this. This big tool where you can get in and really tweak the audio. But what if there was just a one button fix? So it'll be interesting to see how that actually works in the wild once we all get something like this in the next year or so. Maybe. And this is like a research project. Again, there's a lot of these that kind of come out of Adobe too. Chilla, tell me about Netflix and your device.
So, excuse me.
Oop. Got to click on the thing.
Forgot to click on the thing.
Oof.
First thing or the second thing?
I need more coffee.
Netflix announced last week that they are cutting support for a number of older devices, including...
I'm worried about my mom's collection of Rokus.
So yeah, including a bunch of Roku devices. If you go to the beginning of that article...
That looks like the Roku you gave me.
I didn't give you a Roku.
You didn't give me a Roku? Oh, no. I think that was Dan over the comic book pit. That's right.
Was it? Or was it...
I'm thinking. I don't know. Or no, maybe he gave me the newer one.
So...
Anyways.
And I'm not a Roku user, so like the Roku SD... HD XR, Roku HD, XD, and then they have a bunch of model numbers: the N1050, the N1101, the N1100, the 2000C. What I don't understand what these are in the Roku generation of things. In amongst those is also older Samsung smart TVs from 2010 and 2011.
That's the part that sucks.
And some Vizio smart TVs with the Vizio internet apps.
What about? Wait a minute. I got one that just has a 2 on it. I got a Roku with a 2 on it. What does that mean?
I don't know. There has to be real tiny print on there with like some model
2720X.
2720X.
I don't know. It's the 2. It's a hockey puck with a 2 on it.
You're still supporting.
Yeah.
The 2050X and 2100X.
Take that 2150.
Are still look like they're still supported. So when they announced this, they really didn't explain what was going on or why they were dropping support for the older devices.
Right.
Now, based on the fact that these devices are 8 and 9 years old, but still, if you bought a nice TV back then,
that's the thing. And even when they started doing smart TVs, it's like, man, you're not going to want to do that, because if that thing's not going to get updated, man,
I don't know what is the average person's thought process around the longevity of like a smart TV.
Well, you think, well, I'm thinking about like, well, hell, look at the TVs we have here. Like this one's from 2000.
But neither one of those are smart TVs.
They're not
you
smart
would plug
TVs.
a dongle into it.
I literally don't own the thing you plug into is upgradable. The thing you plug into it is relatively cheap. Let's say a Chromecast. Let's say a Fire Stick, right? And maybe, hey, bought mom the thing, and now she can watch Hulu and Netflix because it's on her TV. And you gotta think, if you bought that for mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, they're used to having the TV from the 80s still there, right? Like, that's the translation that I think. Like there's going to be some parents and grandparents are going to be like, "What's wrong with my TV?" There's going to be a lot of us types saying, "Oh no, you're not supported anymore. This is a problem because mom can't get their Hallmark channel on Netflix or whatever." Right? So
Netflix did speak out to a person at Gizmodo, and they said that the issue with these older devices is they run Windows Media DRM.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my producer Misty's waving at us.
This is nice because it's just in time for Christmas.
Let's say,
buy your parent an update.
Right, buy your Oh,
get him a cheap $20 new Fire Stick.
Well, it's
especially Black Friday. I'm sure
yes.
every Amazon device is going to be X%
nothing.
off.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. The older devices were built to run Windows Media DRM, which is like from like Windows 95.
Wait. This is from back when, remember, Netflix for the longest time in your browser ran on Silverlight.
Mm-hmm.
It was the last thing that and Silverlight, for those who don't know, it was kind of like how back in the day we used to have to install Flash for all the video in inside browsers, like even YouTube, before like the iPhone said screw that noise. Basically, right? So this is like around that era. So that's why they're finally cutting support for it.
Yep, and then
so they
in about 2010. This goes back. In about 2010, Netflix started to use Microsoft's Play Ready, and those devices are unable to support Play Ready. I guess the content that comes from the movie studios and other providers are in that Play Ready format.
Yeah.
It's easier to get that content from the movie studios. So from December 2nd, these older devices, which aren't able to upgrade to Play Ready, will be locked out.
So just in time because that's going to be the Monday after Thanksgiving. So if you're listening and reading and you're a techie kid, and you go to Thanksgiving and say, "Mom, we gotta check your thing. Let me check the model on your TV. Let me check the model of your Roku." Right? I know you've had it for a while, and then then you go out on Black Friday the next day.
Well, and what surprised me, so I was thinking about this, right? Like if you look at most of the Amazon Fire TV devices, the Fire TV Stick 2nd Gen and Fire TV Stick 4K, along with the Fire TV Cube, will all support Netflix, Apple TV Plus, Disney Stream. I mean, to me, that's the way to go. Just get them a $30 streaming stick. And I mean, I'm sure there's going to be, I think most of the newer Fire TV devices include the the Alexa remote. Oh, sorry. I don't know if she heard me.
I love you. Run and hide. I think she heard us.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, that's if you're looking for a cheap streaming option, there it is. Just pick up the Amazon, at least an Amazon Fire TV Stick Gen 2.
So can I feel like I keep finding stuff thanks to my Instagram and Facebook. Damn it, they know me. Even if they are maybe turning my camera on without me noticing. I saw that going around today. I keep seeing things from ads in there that are awesome things for me. And this one's Surrogate TV. And I don't know what the angle is on this. Like, I haven't really dove too much in, but I know I saw the video and it looked cool. So this appears to be a Twitch kind of setup. And what I'm viewing is people are playing a pinball machine live, and it's Batman 66, and it's streaming, and you are playing it remotely via the internet.
Like, I worry about the latency. I mean, pinball's a pretty reaction.
You know what? We are going to be able to play Assassin's Creed over the internet. I think they figured out pinball. Right?
But they're showing you a live video.
That's true too. You're right. That is interesting. So I don't know much about this. I just know the game is playable on PC and Mac only. I'm on an iPad, so it's saying no. Yeah, okay, you can get my cookies. So I'll get more ads of this. So I'm using an unsupported browser. Please use Chrome on PC or Mac to play. So yeah, I haven't dived into this, but like I've been watching the video keys popping up for me. I'm just like, that looks really interesting. And you see they have a high scores and everything, and I'm sure they're running some kind of ads or something like that. Oh, look, they're selling pinball machines, of course.
Or are they just selling? Are they selling Amazon advertising space, and it just knows that it's a pinball?
There could
site?
be. I think that's the thing. Yes. I'm sorry. Oh no! Is this like the claw machine in there's an app that's the claw machine in Japan, and if you get something out of the claw machine, they'll send you the thing. This was like Chachi or somebody was into this, right? You remember that? Yeah, it was like it's I don't know. Just look up claw machine app on your iPhone, and it's a Japanese website. It's a real claw machine. You play it. I think you it's one of those things like they give you a few, and after a while you just start buying credits. Right, so that's the thing. It's kind of a.
And then you got to pay shipping and handling.
No, I don't think you have to pay the shipping and handling, but they will send you the thing. So it's like a physical claw machine you play remotely. Now that one you don't have to worry so much about the lag, do you? Because it's already. Because let's be honest, playing it in person at Denny's has enough lag on it, so it actually may help you in the long run.
I feel like the claw machine though. I move the thing and then I walk around to the side of the machine and look to make sure I'm perfectly lined up. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But still, I mean, it's kind of another way to look at that. Oh boy, weird things on the internet. Let's see what other weird things on the internet. Anything you want to poke at here before we get out of here?
Go back up to the top real quick just for funsies.
Going for funsies?
Under my awesome thing of the week.
Okay. Oh, that thing we were talking about before.
Moby Games.
It's under Moby Games. So what are we looking at here?
So if there used to be this thing and it was Nico the cat, and you would run it, and I found where they got it to run.
I remember
so
Nico.
If you go to the next, if you scroll down a little bit and go to the next button, so that's Nico chasing the pointer.
Wait,
if you see the black,
there's a next button here.
There's a next button. So that's Nico chasing the mouse pointer.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's Nico bumping into the wall of the window. And then if you don't move your mouse, Nico falls asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do move your mouse again, Nico wakes up. It was just like this little Nico the cat that would chase you around. He was cute.
Yes.
But I can't find anywhere where there's Java-based versions and there's like online DOS box-based versions, but I can't find one that runs under Windows 10.
Oh man. But it's still online, right? Like in the browser, or you just want to be there in your Windows 10
I want it to be like
environment.
chasing my cursor around.
Yeah.
Because I think there was another version after this one, because this is like version, I don't know what. There was one where it didn't run in a window.
Mm-hmm.
Like it actually chased your cursor around.
Oh, that's right, because it's just one that popped up there. Like maybe like a Windows XP version or something that was a little.
Yeah, and people have the source code online, so if you want to modify it, you can.
New. I haven't played Pokemon for a while. Have you?
I've kind of converted to Harry Potter.
Really? They couldn't get me, but also not a big interest in Harry Potter. So, they have updated things so you can play with your monster pal in AR. There
Like,
he
does
is.
he help you out?
There he is. He's just walking around. Look at him go. He's just walking around. He's hanging with people. He's just jaunting around. Is he going to jump in the water? No. Well, I love that he walks up to the railing and actually stops and goes around it.
Well, isn't that the point of AR?
And then you open the door and it goes through the door. And it's this little guy with a backpack. I don't know what he is. I presume it's some newer Pokemon generation.
Do you get anything for doing that?
I don't know. I'm just having fun watching the video. No. So the idea here is that it's called Buddy Adventure. Is designed to be real time. You and your friends would need to have the feature enabled. They'd be in the same location for it to work. Niantic didn't say how many friends or buddies the feature will accommodate, but it did emphasize that this experience is really meant for small groups of people rather than large gatherings. So is this out yet? Niantic is going to add. So this is not officially out as of this article on Engadget yet. Jeez. Also, did you know Niantic's been around for like 9 years?
We figure.
And this is part of the multitude of announcements that we got that other information from Niantic.
What was their
field trip on the Google Glass, man?
Yeah, but then they have what was the Ingress,
which is now a hit anime show on Netflix. I don't know about a hit.
I mean, I was running Ingress on remember that old Canon, or no, it was a Samsung camera.
Really?
So I had a Samsung camera that ran Android. That had like a 40x.
Oh yeah,
like physical zoom on it.
Yeah, I remember that crazy thing.
That's how, and it was.
I want to find that video.
It had the AT. You could put an AT&T SIM card in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only Android device I had back then that had cellular data. So I was playing Ingress on that.
So you're playing Ingress on a camera.
Yes.
Because it was like on the one side it looks like a phone with the screen, right?
Yeah.
But the other side it looks like a digital camera.
And I'll be honest with you, that's the one thing that I wish they would have kept up with, because the ability to have a nice, and we're not talking like DSLR with like removable lenses.
But it was a nice digital camera.
But it was a digital camera with like a 40x physical,
a little bit of a bigger chip in it, right?
Yeah. And it ran full on Android. Mm-hmm. So, and it had a cellular connection. So think about from hey, I want to take a video of something, or I want to take a picture of something, and then instantly have it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you wanted to post it. All that content was just immediately there. And then with Google Photos, it could synchronize immediately.
Yeah.
And that's where it got to the point where actually my workflow was take a picture with that, let Google Photos sync it, and then grab it on my phone.
Google Photos stopped syncing for me.
Oh, are you full?
I don't think so. But it's like it changed things. It was like, yeah, we're only going to do a little bit now.
I got a notification that I was running out of space. And it was I had to go in. This is going to be sad. I've never deleted an email in Gmail ever.
Yeah, me neither.
Until about 3 weeks ago.
Really?
And that was one of the things that was chewing up a lot of my free space. They started to cap a lot of those services. Now, Google Photos, as long as you're not uploading the full photo size, you're supposed to be it's supposed to be unlimited.
That's what I thought I was doing.
I don't know.
That's what I thought I was doing. Because, I think it's all I need. Right?
Yeah.
Full versions.
It's in the settings. You can see what your at least photos.
Yeah. Full versions are going up to iCloud. So why not let Google Photos take the backup is going to be the lower res version of that. Now I'm curious about looking at my settings as I'm doing here, right on the air. Limit cache size. No, that's not it. Backup and sync. I don't know. No, it says I still have like 84 gigs of 2 terabytes left. And because I have like a Google OneDrive and all that stuff, so I have like even more space. So I don't know what the deal is. High quality, free unlimited storage. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm using.
Backup and sync, checked. When to back up? Use cellular data? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and it just hasn't for like the longest time.
If you swipe, like if you go to your library and swipe down, does it kick off a sync?
Yeah, it seems to, but then like I let it sit here, it feels like I need to keep it like open in order to do it. Now it does say that I could free up space by deleting 13,000 items from this device, but I actually let iCloud deal with that because then it's going to delete it out of iCloud, isn't it? I don't know.
That's
like
always a confusing.
It's like
thing
an
to
up in
me.
the air thing, so it's like we're just going to leave it. We're just not going to deal with it, guys. We're just going to roll with this. John Chilla, I think it is time for us to wrap up here.
I need a nap.
You need a nap. I need a nap too. This cold and snow is just taking a lot out of us, guys. John Chilla is at Chilla on the Twitters.
ChillaTech.net. John Chilla on the Facebook. Chilla Photo on the Instagram. And I think that rounds it out.
At Sorgatron on the Twitter for me. We got a lot of great things going over on sorgatronmedia.com. New episodes from Thrifty Podcasts. Oh, I think one just popped up. I need to share it over there from our friends at Bardic Mystery Tour. We have Pittsburgh Current is actually going to have some old friends that were on Wrestling Mayhem show. Barjitsu is going to be a part of that show this week, scheduled. And of course, the latest episode of Fishing Without Bait with our good friend Brian Crawford. He was on here, of course, last week talking about pghmuseums.org. He's on there talking about kind of the inception of, River's Edge and things like that he's worked on over the years. So part 1 of our interview is posted today at fishingwithoutbait.com. Thank you, producer Missy, hanging out, waving at us. Well, she was waving at us before. She was. Not the other gestures. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the chat room. Until next time, everybody, you have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.